Let's see what we find in these two bank-wrapped penny boxes. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. We have another two-box penny hunt in our quest to slot another penny in this Dansko Lincoln Penny album. We have hunted 310 boxes so far, and we've slotted 210 of the 234 Lincoln cents in the series. Now, obviously, we slotted a 36D last time, or at least an upgrade, but we've been stuck at 210, and the 24 are missing our tough dates. And of course, I'll give you guys a look at this book at the end when we compare the finds to see if we have any upgrades or additions. Now, these boxes are from my local DFW area, and I've been doing really good on wheat cents lately, just not good enough to find any of the tougher dates we're missing. And of course, we'll be looking for any Canadian small cents to see if we can add any to those books. Of course, we're sitting here at 70 of the 115, and being from DFW, I don't see a lot of Canadian cents in my hunts, but you never know, we could get lucky. All right, let's slide this out of the way. I've already checked from the holes in the bottom of these boxes. We definitely have circulated cents. Hopefully, we've got a lot of Wheaties and maybe something for the collection. Let's go ahead and pop open this first box. It looks pretty good at the bottom, like a lot of copper might have been in it. And yeah, still looks pretty good. I don't see any obvious enders. That's an 80. But definitely looks like good copper in here, and that's always a good sign when you're looking for wheat cents. You guys know what's next. As soon as I have a find in this first box, I'll be sure to bring it back in. Roll number 2, wheat cent number 1. Obverse facing, pretty nice, 1958, Denver, last year of the wheat cent design. Roll number 3, wheat cent number 2 is from the 40s, a 1948, Philadelphia. Well, we just grabbed roll 6 out of the box, and when I flipped it around, take a look at this ender. That's a 1917 wheat cent ender. It looks pretty beat up, but either way, 106-year-old end coin, 1917. Let's open up the roll, see if it's got some friends with it. Didn't see anything at first glance other than some pretty corroded coins in here, but here's that end coin. And it's 1917, and it might actually have a mint mark as well that I didn't see. Yeah, maybe. Could be damaged, but I think that's a 1917 Denver or San Francisco. It doesn't matter. We don't need either of those. But I'm pretty certain that's a mint mark and not just damage. 1917 with a mint mark. We'll take that. That's our third wheat cent, and by far the oldest so far. Roll number 7 is going to give us our fourth wheat cent of the box so far. And this one, a 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 13, wheat cent number 5. And that's a 46S, so we'll double check it for that S over D over mint mark, which I do not see, but I'll still take that. 5 wheat cents through 13 rolls. 1 hour later. Well, it's been a bit since our last wheat cent found, but we're on roll 29 now. And we have wheat cent number 6, which is pretty scratched up. And it's a 1941. We will go ahead and check for the 3 different DDOs, although in this condition, it might be kind of hard to tell if we have any DDOs on here. But I'll just take a quick peek. I do not see anything that says DDO, just some damage on it. 1941, our second oldest wheat cent of the hunt. Roll number 35. Wheat cent number 7, upside down this time. And that's a 1944 Philly with decent detail, except for the gunk on it. We're on roll number 46, and the box has pretty much died down for the last half of it, but we will have our 8th wheat cent right here. It's another from the 40s, a 1942 Denver. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 more. Well, we finished the first box of this 2-box hunt, and while the box started off pretty hot with some early finds, it got pretty cold. Only 8 wheat cents on the board, which is not that bad, but when you get 5 in your first dozen or so rolls, I was already thinking I was going to get 15, and that's why you don't count your wheat cents before you find them. The best find of box number 1 is going to be the 1917 with the mint mark. Probably a San Francisco is my guess, but it's not one we need. We did score 2.5 pounds of copper, 2 pounds, 8 ounces on the nose. So that's a good box. Well on our way to 5 pounds for 2 boxes. And then we got 3 1959s and surprisingly 3 69S's. I don't get more than 1 or 2 in a box typically, And it's just good seeing them. Of course, none of them are to DDO. One box down, one box to go. Hopefully, we can get 12 in here to get 20 and average 10 per box. All right. This box did not look as good on the top side as far as copper is concerned. But you know what? Hopefully, it means it has more wheat cents. We'll have to see. All right. Let's take a peek in here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I don't see any wheat cent enders, and it does look like a little bit less copper than the last box. But it's what's on the inside of the rolls that matters. All right. Let's get on with the hunt. I'll be back with my first find of box number 2. An eternity later. Well, holy smokes, Batman. We are now 25 rolls into the second box, and we have not had a wheat cent find until now. I was starting to think we might go our second box in the history of my channel without finding a wheat cent. But at least we got one, and it came in roll 25. What year is it? It's another 1948 Philadelphia. We already have one of those, and it's not one we find too often. But man, that's 9 wheat cents now through 75 rolls. Here's hoping to just get to 10. Very next roll, roll number 26. We've got 10 wheat cents. Good to see another one. 1952 San Francisco, we'll take it. And you know what? We got a 69S and quite a few 70S's I scoped for the large date or small date. But good seeing some San Francisco minted coins in this box. Only 2 wheat cents, though. We have 10 now. Roll number 87 of the hunt. Wheat cent number 11 of the hunt. And it's an oldie. Another 1919. Whenever we find a teens, it's either a 17 or a 19. But you know what? Can't get mad at that. 104 years old. 2 teens wheat cents. Oh, and while I have you here, I just remembered. I did confirm this. It's a 1917 Denver, not a San Francisco. But 2 teens wheat cents is nice. Unfortunately, only 11 total wheat cents on the board, and we only have 13 rolls left. We'll keep looking, and I'll bring it back if I find another one. Roll 89. We've got a dozen Wheaties. Wheat cent 12 is a 57 Denver. Roll number 95 of the hunt. Lucky number 13 wheat cent of the hunt. It's just another 1957 Denver, however. Can we get a couple more before the box runs out? Let's find out. Well, unfortunately, we finished the second box of this hunt, and it was a tale of 2 boxes pretty much, but similar in how we performed. First box, hot in the beginning, slow in the second half. Second box, ice cold in the first half of the box, and heated up a little bit. Total of 13 wheat cents on the board. That's only 6.5 per box, so definitely a tough hunt. But we did get a couple of teens wheat cents, which is odd for how much we struggled. Either way, we'll take it. 17D and a 1919. And judging by what's on the board, I don't think we're going to have any upgrades. You know we don't have any additions, but we do have to double check. The bummer is we also missed 5 pounds of copper by 1 ounce. 4 pounds, 15 ounces. We just needed a handful more of copper. And obviously, if I added the wheat cents and these down here, we'd have 5 pounds. But that's not how we normally keep track. I was a little excited at first. We got a 2010 Canadian small cent, and it did have the Royal Canadian mark on the bottom below Queen Elizabeth II, but we needed it to be the steel one, and this is a zinc one. It's not magnetic, so it's not going to be used in the Canadian small cents album either. 3 1959s, 4 69S's. A lot of those could have used more wheat cents, though. Let me go ahead now, compare all of today's finds to the albums. Let's just double check that we don't have any upgrades, and I'll be back with a look at the book and some final thoughts on today's 2-box hunt. Well, I've compared all of today's finds to the albums, and of course, unexpectedly, no upgrades, no additions yet again, but still a fun hunt. And so now, after 312 boxes searched, we just need 24 more pennies for this book. And for those wondering, there are a few findable cents in here, like the 1915 Philly. We should be able to find that, maybe an 09 VDB. And technically, if we could just get lucky at a Coinstar, we probably can find a couple of these steel cents with mint marks that I've been looking for. The Canadian Small Cents album, after 126 boxes worth of finds, we still only have 70 out of the 115. And if you're wondering about that 2010, man, see, we just need to get the steel one, and anything over, 2002 and on, we have holes, but it's just hard finding the newer ones as well as the older ones like the King George VI and the 5th. Either way, we'll keep our eyes peeled for those. No upgrades, no additions for either book today, but like I said, still had fun. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it. If you did, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, Happy hunting, and thanks for watching.